She didn't wait for dinner, didn't wait for small talk. I walked through the door still smelling like sand and gun oil, and she hit me with it. I wanted divorce, the house, the car, half your pension. My lawyer says it's a slam dunk. Her tone wasn't trembling, it was rehearsed, practiced like a speech she'd been waiting to deliver. I studied her face in silence. No trace of guilt, no hesitation. She had already built her life without me. This was just paperwork to her. I nodded once. As you wish. That was all I said, but in my chest something cold locked into place. I went upstairs, dropped my duffel on the bed, and made a single call. A voice on the other end said nothing, only listened. 48 hours later, it was her lawyer who broke first. Please, he begged, voice cracked with fear. She'll agree to anything. Just don't bring what you sent me into the courtroom. That was the moment I knew the war wasn't overseas anymore. It was here. And I wasn't the one who had been ambushed. Her betrayal wasn't about money. It never is. Money is just the smoke. The fire hides behind it. In the quiet moments, the signs came back to me. The late-night calls she brushed off. The unexplained withdrawals. The perfume that wasn't hers, lingering on her skin when she thought I wouldn't notice. I had ignored it. I told myself deployment made me paranoid, that I was reading ghosts in shadows. But when I saw the lawyer's face, sweat dripping, stuttering through excuses, I knew. This wasn't about splitting assets. She was running from something bigger, something she couldn't afford to have dragged into daylight. And I needed to know what it was. So I played her game, nodded at her cold demands, let her think she held the knife to my throat. All the while, I was sharpening my own. I started small, quiet. Phone records, calls at odd hours to the same number. A burner line traced back to a name I recognized. A man she swore she never knew. Financials next, wire transfers, hidden under layers of small accounts. Her name appeared where it shouldn't have. My money disappearing into places I had never set foot in. And then, the photographs. A friend slipped them into an envelope. No words, just images. Her in a hotel parking lot. Him leaning against the hood of his car. Their eyes locked in the kind of look that ends marriages long before divorce papers are signed. The fury should have ripped me apart. It didn't. Instead, I felt clarity. Cold. Precise. This wasn't just infidelity. This was deception written into every corner of my life. While I bled in deserts, she was building a future with another man, using my name, my pension, my father's legacy. I kept my silence, ate dinners with her, kissed her cheek goodnight. She never noticed the calculation behind my stare. The evidence piled higher. Piece by piece, the picture sharpened, and I waited. The file was complete when it landed in my hands. Financial records, photos, messages, enough to incinerate her in court, enough to strip her of custody, credibility, and every dollar she thought she could steal. I placed the folder on the table one evening, nothing dramatic, just set it down between us like a casual gesture. She frowned. "What's that?" I didn't answer. She opened it. Her face drained of color. The silence stretched, heavy and merciless. Her lips parted, trembling. I can explain." I leaned back, calm, detached. My eyes never left hers. There was no explanation. She knew it, I knew it. The truth wasn't a weapon, it was a mirror, and I forced her to stare into it. The next day, her lawyer called again. His voice was hoarse, desperate. "She'll give you the house, the car, everything. Just don't use this in court." I didn't respond at first. Let the silence stretch until he stammered. Then I said, flat, "She'll sign. Every page, or I'll burn her alive in front of the judge." Click. End of call. That night she tried tears. Tried reaching for me, for sympathy she had already drowned. Her sobs bounced off me like bullets against armor. I didn't rage, didn't raise my voice. I simply watched her unravel under the weight of her own choices. It was the calm that broke her. Not anger, not violence, calm. The papers were signed within a week. My lawyer handed me the final decree with a smile that meant nothing. She moved out in silence, shoulders caved under shame. The man she betrayed me with didn't show. He was gone too. She stood alone, clutching bags that seemed too heavy for her frame. I didn't speak, didn't offer kindness or cruelty. She had carved the distance herself. I only left it standing. As I closed the door on the life we'd built, the only thought that crossed my mind was how easily love rots when fed lies. She wanted the house, the car, my pension. What she got instead was the truth. And the truth was heavier than anything I could have carried back from war.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.